Hello world, hello YouTube, hello everybody. So this video is I don't know if I want to call it a ghetto prepper series video, or let's just call it a ghetto video. I just watched this video of fight at East St. Louis DHS. I'll put the link in if I can, and you probably already saw it. And you know what people are going to say, and yeah, it was true. A bunch of black folks getting out there and gone buck because someone cut in the line in front of them. And people are saying, yeah, did I, like one right here, would you honestly expect anything less? Disgusting. Blacks are nothing but parasites on society. I have to work my ass off every year so the government can take 40 blah blah blah. If you didn't feel sorry for their child, I saw designer jackets and pants and hats, a couple of women with expensive hairdos, fingernails that are all lined up at the welfare office. But all those people who have voted for Obama due to him being black, they aren't racist, are they? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's the problem. Even black folks and all folks, we're just getting tired of being on welfare. I worked my ass off. I actually made little rocks out of big rocks for a living. At the sand plant, I actually ripped rocks from the mountain and crushed it up into sand and dirt and stuff for a living, and was still on food stamps. Right? Damn. So, and I did that for years. I grew hay, oat and alfalfa hay, worked on a hay ranch. You don't know the things I've done for a living, and still on food stamps. This is a common consensus now. Yeah, they were saying it first and for a long time. Oh yeah, look, we got it going on. We can hang out and, we get food stamps and, Obama phones and all that. I think even they're getting tired of being that way. I think they're realizing that it's destroying the human race by, they're doing that. If you want to shut someone's mouth, put some food in it. Right? And we're just getting tired of it. Everyone's getting tired of it. I'm not going to blame them. I'm not going to say because they're black they out there be doing that shit. Because they're getting fed up too. I can imagine they're finally going, you know what? This was fun and all, but I want to be a proud, straight up citizen, of humanity, and do my job and do my work and be somebody on this planet. It's not because they're black. There was some white folks up in there. I've been on them. We're getting sick of it. We're getting sick of it. And now it's squirting out in all kinds of different weird ways because we can't do anything about it because they got us locked down so bad. So bad that they've got us in the system and chained to the dang oar of society's boat. Like Rome. Right? Yeah. That's what's going on. Even them. Which, sooner or later, no matter what you are, race, color, creed, national origin, you just get sick of it. And it's just the deal. They're getting fed up. Everyone's getting fed up, and now there's this general anger that is starting to surround the world about, being so poor and so down to the ground, and then, in the same token, seeing people so insanely rich. I mean, beyond insanity. There's no definition. There's no explain. How do you define these people with billions of dollars, billions? Three rich guys like Gates, Soros, and some other. I don't know. They're all their names. How many times could they have sent humans to Mars and back with their money? Right? But no, they got it all sucked up in their little banks, the Rothschilds and all that. Now they want the planet. Why? It's just some nasty rock out in the middle of nowhere in some mundane galaxy in some regular old cluster of galaxies in a universe of billions of galaxies, and yet, by God, they want that planet. They want this planet, and they want us off of it. Why? That's nuts. It's nuts. Think about it. What possibly could they do? Yet here we sit, poorer and poorer while they get richer and richer. And people say, oh, that's capitalism. It's capitalist way. I say, no, it's not. It's not capitalism. You know what it is? It's financial terrorism. People say, oh, no, it's not. I'm terrified. Let me tell you what. You know what I'm terrified of? You know what terrifies me? Not paying the rent, right? Not being able to go down to the grocery store and take money bits. I ain't got no money bits. And not being able to buy food. I'm terrified. Who isn't? Who is not terrified of being hungry, being out in the cold? And yeah, I'm not going to call my landlord a terrorist or this and that. That's buy and sell trade. That's fine. But when you get to the point to where you've got 8 or 10 people sequestering 95 and yet more percent of the resources, assets, riches, stuff, commodities, everything. They have everything. They have everything. Every piece of corn, every damn tomato, every dirt, electricity, propane gas, gasoline, the list goes on. Just these few people. That's nuts. That's a societal psychosis. And yet we think, wow, them guys, wow, look what they did, how cool. That's wonderful. No, it's not. We've been stalled by these people holding all this money to themselves. Like I said, how many times could we have been to the moon and back with simply the money Bill Gates has? How far could humanity be? We wouldn't have poverty. None of these problems would exist if they wouldn't have sequestered all those assets and resources. Since they're sequestering it, they're doing nothing with it. It sits in a bank or wherever they store that and does nothing. It's like a monkey goes out into the forest and collects all the bananas and keeps them behind him and lets all the other monkeys go hungry and starve to death while the bananas rot. They rot away behind him. So he couldn't possibly eat them. He couldn't he can't carry him around. He couldn't eat him in 10 years. But by God, he's not going to let all the other monkeys have it. When there's still plenty for him, he would feel nothing. He would hunger not in the slightest. Yet, by God, he's got to have them bananas behind him. That's nuts. It's nuts. And people are tired of it. And I myself, I'm living in this nasty, horrible trailer while all these other people have what they have. That's neither here nor there. But think of the where we would be if all the how much money do they have? Like I said, 95% of the wealth of the world is in these just few hands, the hands of a few people. Think of where we'd be. We would be bringing back, they say like Titan, moon of Jupiter, right? Look at all the hydrocarbons on that. We'd be carting that back. Imagine where humanity would be. We'd be a spacefaring nation easily by now, without question. If these people had not have somehow, like the Rothschilds and all these other people, had this psychosis, because it's nuts. That's psychotic. It is psychotic. Who can explain it otherwise? Sequestered all that money and resources and did all their conniving in crime and death and murder and pestilence and genocide to gain all that stuff. That's not capitalism. That's crime. They're beyond capitalism. You can't say that's capitalism. Like I said, it's financial terrorism. Because now they've got everyone right on the edge of being thrown out the door of their homes. So they can have what? What do they have? They have nothing. And yet all the rest of us have less than nothing. We're not going to get off this rock. We're just not. Because of these people. We're dead as a species now. Because what are we going to do? Are we going to get all that oil back over again? All the energy and resources it took to make all these cars that they sold to get all this money from us? It's all gone now. Look at your children. What have they got to look forward to? Nothing. There's just nothing except for decline and despair. That's all there is to it. Meanwhile, you've got these 5 or 10 people, and now they want the whole planet. They actually literally want the planet. This ball of earth and water out in the middle of nowhere. They want that. They have to have it. And they're taking steps to get it. Why? It's nuts. Financial terrorism. And they'll use any means. Look at JFK's speech. Any means necessary to gain dirt and water. When you look out up the sky and know that, oh, there's only just a few, this is just a little bit. And we are sitting here committing suicide. No, they are killing us. They are killing the human race by doing this. And now you see it. People are starting to realize. They're starting to, even black folks, even whoever, whatever. And now they're working on Mexican folks. The Mexican folks coming up here going, oh, this is great. Yeah, all right. Right? Well, they don't have a clue. They're being used like Q-tips. And then think, oh, we got it going on. We're getting them. Really? The black folks are realizing that they've been screwed. You imagine that? Look at all the other peoples of the human race that have come to America and have, excelled in this and that. Why couldn't they? They probably could. I don't see why not. Everyone else has. But they've been smashed down by food in their mouth. And now they're getting sick of it. And everyone's getting sick of it. I'm sick of it. I'm sick to death of it. Of sitting here watching these people suck up all the bananas while we sit here, wait for our death as a species to come, while they covet the world. They covet everything. Even in the Bible, it's, and it's just common sense. What do if you got 5 million marbles, you couldn't hope to use them. Where does that make sense to amass that kind of wealth? Where? Answer me that question. Where, possibly, in the human experience, is it justified to amass that kind of wealth? How is that a good thing? How is it a good thing for us as a whole? They've got plenty. They could have trains, boats, cars, planes, and still not even chip away at what they have. But by God, they'll do it. That's a common insanity. No, it's not common because I wouldn't do it. It's an insanity. It's insane. It's insane. And it's terrifying. They're the terrorists. They are the true quintessential terrorists. They've used terror and fear to amass that. They weren't better than anyone else in amassing that. They weren't smarter than anyone else to amass that because they used crime. They used covert means to gain it. They weren't super duper brainiacs that wahoo did that. They screwed us. And yet we celebrate it. We're doomed. We're not going to make it now. Alright. Live by your wits, not by your worries. Peace. Bye.